BlaakTones TV.
All right, yo, this Chuk Jones, your host for BlaakTones TV. In the house, we got High Strung. Is it official High Strung or High Strung?
Nah, it's High Strung.
It's just High Strung because you got. I know, like when you're doing tags and stuff, you got to put like the real or official or something in front of it, right? So is that what happened?
Yeah, I did that because they got a folk band.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's called High Strung.
I didn't know that.
I got a letter of interference one time.
What?
Like
for that?
For the name, and then I went to court and everything. It was like about 2008 when I created the name, and then they said as long as I stick to hip hop, anything hip hop,
they won't bother
because I don't do no folk music, so I don't think they have to worry. Right?
All right, people, we got official High Strung. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
I appreciate that we linked up because like you said, I know you had your podcast going on, and I've seen some of the episodes. So, and as you were telling me before we get started here, you were telling me you've been doing it for how long?
Since about 5 years now, 2020.
And what's the name of it officially?
Trill Talk No Cap.
Trill Talk No Cap. I'm sure the people out there already know it because you've been doing it for a minute.
Oh yeah. It was dope, man. I started it because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
I was doing constant shows, like shows back to back. That's one thing I always made sure to stay booked, and it was just very hard to do that with
nobody can go outside.
Yeah, and I just for me, I'm an active person. I like to interact, so I didn't know what to do with myself. You know what I'm saying? So I seen Instagram Live, and I was like, you know what? Let me just try. And I just put together like a little, template that I could go through, that I could send to people, but just switch up the names and just invite people out. And I ended up getting some celebrities. I got some people from Love and Hip Hop on there.
Oh, nice.
And we got some IG models. We got. So once I seen that, I was like, yo,
so you got some connections from that then. That's what's up. Sure. Man, congratulations on that.
Thanks.
So that you mentioned it a little bit, and I was going to say what's in the name. So High Strung, is that, well, you have ADHD or what's the deal?
No, yeah. So I'm originally from Killeen, Texas, and just the homies that from the neighborhoods that we was in, we was a close-knit group of dudes because we just found ourselves in like many situations, not always bad, not always good, but it was but we always stuck together. And being young, you got we hooped all the time, and we would and I'm always been passionate about the stuff that I talk about. So people think I'm actually finna fight, or they think I'm
really
because I slap my hands like this, or I go crazy and be like, "What you mean, LeBron? What you mean, Jordan? You know what I'm saying?"
You got that energy. They're not used to that.
So like people that don't really know, my homie told me one day, he's like, "Damn, bro, you a little high strung, bro. You like, we're not even that serious on it." You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would just get hype. And so they just started calling me Strong, bro. And I just ran with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Strong just stuck with me.
Oh, that's what's up. And from then on, that's just what everybody knows you now, right?
Yeah.
And you say you've been in the entertainment business for how long?
Man, I've been in the business. I've been doing music since I was a kid. You know what I mean? But I've been like, pushing my music and starting getting noticed, I would say, since 2010.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I started to buzz.
That's when you started to like really put that effort, you put effort into it, but started to put that push because people were starting to recognize.
Yeah, that's when I seen what it could do.
Okay, okay.
I went to New York for the first time. A guy named Youngin Beat, shout out to Youngin. He's still doing major stuff behind the scenes in the industry now, and he was the first one to take me to New York, and I got a chance to meet Mano, be in the studio with Mano. I actually just posted his footage the other day, and then I got a chance to meet the guy that had created Neff, the clothing line.
Oh, really?
I just ended up linking. I ended up being an intern for Def Jam.
Oh,
either him. He was a DJ and he was an intern, so he put us down.
So who at that time? What year was that? What around?
That was 2009.
2009. Okay, and you was working with Def Jam.
Working with Def Jam. I was up under Youngin, and I was up under this. I forget the lady's name, but he was connected to her. And like I said, we got emails. We got official emails. We knew who was dropping. We knew.
Okay.
We had a lot of disclosed stuff that we couldn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? That we already knew. So by the time people heard it, they're like, "Oh, you heard that new Nas album?" Like,
you're like, yeah,
it does. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you were on the inside then.
Yeah.
Man, that's a privilege that a lot of people would love to have. I mean,
nah, it was dope experience. It's something I didn't expect either. I just knew that he knew I could like rap. He liked my flow, so he took me out there. It wasn't like I went out there for that. Like I could be a guest on 106 in Park. Not not a guest, but a audience member. Like,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know the show was free. You just got to get in line first.
You get some screen time on there?
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
I got you know me, we had the little DVR at the time. I was pausing, like, look, there it go. There get the crowd and shit.
Well, and you mentioned being in New York, and I've noticed just from some of the posts that you've done,
Yeah.
and that you get around. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
You had posted something about, I don't know how long ago it was, but you had been to Korea,
Yeah.
and Africa. How are those experiences? I mean, start with Africa, because that's the one place I've never been, and I would love to go, because just being able to go back there and see some of the heritage, that would be great.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Me and my pops just talked about this because he's traveled a lot of places. We both have, and Africa is the one place he never been.
Really?
You know, so when he go tell his friends, when he tell his homies, like, yo, my son been to Africa. I'm trying to go to Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, that was the best experience, bro, of all. Like, you know, especially being a young black man.
Yeah,
just a black man in general. Like, it was amazing to see, and they have so much love for American, Black Americans over there.
Really?
And it's so much love.
Does it? Because just growing up and hearing about it, because you hear the kind of the conversation between African Americans and true African, people that live there.
Right.
And a lot of times you hear that African Americans are not necessarily accepted there, but maybe that's in certain regions. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like, so it's basically the Nigerians. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigerians, they the cocky ones. They you know what I'm saying? And they really think that everything over here is super authentic. So like, they don't know that a lot of dudes with their chains, everybody's chains ain't real.
Yeah.
They don't know that. They don't know about the middle or the mall.
Okay.
All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they actually get out there and hustle and then spend the bread. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they and so they real, like, they, when they see an American, they feel the need to feel like they standing in the room too.
Okay. So they put that extra on it. Yeah.
Yeah. We was in a club, turned up at one of their clubs, and like this Nigerian dude, he had like a scowling look on his face, and he was walking over to our section, and he was kind of big too. So I'm tapping the homie that I'm with, because I'm over there with like my bro, and it was his birthday, and then I had a performance. I had to perform over there as well.
Yeah.
So we had just performed at the last club that I was at. I had 3 performances. We performed at that one, and then we was at a club just to enjoy ourselves. And I had a performance after that, because Africa never closes. They club till like 6 a.m.
Yeah, everybody talks about New York. It's Africa.
Man, Africa don't never close. So we out, and this dude come up, and you know how you just feel like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yourself for anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just standing there, and he comes up to me, and he's like, and I tell everybody, this is the best experience. You could get this experience here, but it's because it happened in Africa that made it more special. He gave me a dap, and he gave me this like 2-minute hug. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
He gave me like a 2-minute hug, bro. Like,
wow.
It just held me like real strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Paul.
And you wanted, like, okay, what's going on?
Like, I'm like, and he like, welcome home, my brother.
Wow.
And like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, bro. It was kind of an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell people all the time, like, there are certain moments in life that a man could get emotional, and that was definitely one that was like, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he just wanted to show love. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to remember, they don't get a chance to see or hear about the experiences of America as much as we don't hear about. We run into Africans, but we don't really like talk to them about what
about home. Yeah. All we a lot of us, when we run into them, we're still in our own bubble, right? So we just talk about what's here and what they're getting out of being here.
Right.
But we never speak about, okay, what's it like being in your home? Like,
right.
And I've seen, like, pictures and everything. From what I've seen, there's a lot of the cities there that are very modern.
Oh yeah. Like Mandela Square, you know what I'm saying? He got a big statue in Mandela Square, and like it's shopping centers, it's malls, it's everything like we got. You know what I mean? But it's just the stuff isn't like super expensive. You know what I mean? I love it over there, man. It was a good experience, and some people have like an idea that Africa would be like with the lions and that's East Africa.
Well,
we was in Johannesburg. We was in South Africa.
Okay.
So we was like near more of the modern city, and like I say, our Airbnb was dope, man. We lit, like, the balcony was so big you could see the whole city.
Wow.
From my balcony, you know what I'm saying? And then like it was 4 stories high, so it was like 3 living rooms, and it was 4 stories high, and it wasn't even that much of a price.
I was gonna say, how much was that?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say like a G a person.
Oh, so
You know
like
what I'm
something
saying?
comparable here would be like multiple.
Oh yeah, for what that was, oh yeah, we paying well over 50,000 for sure.
So that experience in Africa, has that translated to anything now that when you come back here, do you see things a little different as far as interacting with people and what the American ideals are?
Yeah, I think for me, well, 2 things. One thing I want to mention too is like I remember seeing so many white people in Africa,
You said South Africa though, right?
South Africa.
Okay.
And I asked the security guard because he was a real cool guy. I was like, man, this is a dope city, you know what I'm saying? And I love the diversity, the diverseness of it, but I'm like, why is there so many white people? Like it's Africa. And he was like, we're colonized. Like, you know, Africa was colonized.
It's like everywhere else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay. But you know what I'm saying? It just was wild to me, you know?
Yeah.
But nah, for me, man, I think that it taught me a value lesson. Like things that I probably concern myself with here and with the things you get caught up in and the distractions.
Yeah.
Being out there in Africa, there was no distractions. Okay. So it was like things that I learned that just things don't bother me as much as they, you know what I'm saying? Like we do certain things here, I think, and we have a talk amongst friends that we talk about this where like you walk into a spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see another guy, might be, you know what I mean? It don't matter the race, but most of the time if it's a black guy, it's a black guy.
Yeah.
Your sisters tend like, oh, what's up? Like, he's trying to see you test this energy.
Yeah.
You don't really do that in Africa. You're not really testing another black man.
You feel like you're home, right?
It's everybody just coming, like you can feel the vibe already. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
And I feel like that, like now I do that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not really,
so you brought that back with you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I try to give that energy, same energy off, like where nobody feel tense. Like there's no reason to.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. I don't know who. You know what I'm saying? I told my friend the other day, like, you know, it used to be weird when you hear a dude come in the club and say something like, man, I go crazy on anybody. Because as a dude, you felt like you had to say something to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, if a dude do that now when he step into the club, I'd be like, shit, he right. And let me get a beer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let him live over there.
Yeah, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he need to be the man tonight, let that man be the man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, that's awesome. I need to put in some effort to get out there.
For sure, bro. You gonna love it.
And visit the motherland, right?
I wanna buy a house out there one day. You know
that's what's up.
That would be fire.
Now would they
South Africa? That'd be fire.
Now would they let you? I mean, I don't know what their laws are.
Yeah. There's some Americans that live over there.
Oh, okay.
They love it too. You know what I mean?
Now, I don't know if you're political at all, but what are your thoughts on what's going on as far as the Africans and Trump bringing some over? They're saying there's a white genocide going on over there in South Africa.
Right. I seen that. Yeah.
Do you have any opinions on that?
I mean, you know, I don't. I'm gonna say this. I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I don't agree with Trump as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But I definitely do agree with some of the things he be doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because he be running the country like a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to tell people, because people get such an emotional mind state of who he is as a person. Like, bro, I don't know, dude. I don't kick it with him.
Exactly.
I ain't never had a beer or a smoke with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't give a damn what he do. You know what I'm saying? But for me, some of the stuff he doing, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think stuff like that, yeah.
I totally agree with that. I mean, you don't have to like the man to like it, the way he runs business.
Yeah, like I didn't vote for him or nothing, but like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like I go off a person's actions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they may not even be to judge if I like you or not. It's just I'm going off your actions and what you're doing as a person.
Yeah.
I think that some of the things, not all, but some of the things Trump is doing, it just makes sense. And he know what he's doing. He an attention whore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trump gonna say
he's the original narcissist, right?
Yeah. So you know I just think of him. He's entertainment.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? He's entertainment.
I mean, I think just like you. I mean, I'm not really fond of how he is, because I hear all the time the way he talks and everything. He's just a brash dude, and and he's cocky and everything else. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he's trying. He's going up against a lot of people, but he's trying to like build the American dream back up. You know what I mean? He's trying to get middle class to start making some money, bringing manufacturing back.
Right.
I think that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so but as far as the turmoil that's going on in South Africa right now, it's still kind of unfolding. So I really don't have an opinion on it, but I just wanted to know if you had one.
Nah, yeah.
But okay, let's say and you said Korea. How was that experience?
Korea was a dope experience. So you know, they like one thing I love about performing overseas or in different places is that they tend to care more about the music. And
Really?
Korea,
There's a lot of from what I've seen, they're like really into the hip hop.
oh, and they still break dance and cardboard and all that stuff. Like you be seeing some like stuff like you go to Korea, sometimes you'll feel like you in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
I feel like I'm at home. That's the time I was growing up in right
you know
there.
what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but I tell people this: if there was ever, I felt like Jay-Z in Korea.
Oh, okay.
I felt like Hove, because all they knew that they found out in one weekend that an American rapper was getting ready to come.
Oh, you weren't even there yet.
I wasn't even there yet. This dude named Rob Height. Shout out to Robert Height. He was in the army as well. He became a promoter out there. Became a really big promoter in Korea.
Okay.
He ended up flying me out to promote to clubs that he was promoting.
That's awesome.
And I performed in the club and I performed on the base there for the soldiers.
Okay.
And they had about 3,000 Koreans come out to see me. I even, you know what I'm saying, got to shake hands with some real important and prestigious Koreans out there.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And it was dope, man. It was like, I mean, they appreciate. They learned they didn't even know how to speak English, but could rap my lyrics in English. They learned they learned it in like a week.
Crazy.
Mixtape had just started getting pushed a week, and they learned the whole mixtape in a week. And then they was rapping the lyrics in English, so I thought they could speak English. So when I went down,
they probably don't even know what they're saying, right?
Yeah, they don't. And they was just talking to me. They like, yeah. I'm like, hey man, I appreciate you. I seen you rocking with the, you know what I'm saying, song. They're like, I'm like, oh, you don't speak. I'm like, he was just rapping English. But like, I took pictures. That's probably the longest time too. I took pictures and signed autographs. You know what I'm saying? Because I do it at schools now when certain people see me. But I signed autographs for like 2 hours straight.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like a lot of them stuck around after just to get autographs, right?
Everybody stuck. They stuck around, bro. And it was a dope experience. I mean, the promoter shut down a restaurant for me. You know what I'm saying? They gave me some shit called soju.
I know soju. I've had that.
Right? Put me on my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was a great time, though. Korea was really dope, man. It was a dope experience. And then, like, I landed in Seoul.
Okay.
And then from Seoul, we drove to Daegu. Okay. 4 hours away from Seoul. So we had to hop off the plane, then jump in the car.
Oh, okay. So they don't. So Daegu doesn't have airport or anything.
Fly straight.
So you got to drive in. Okay. Okay. So that experience there, that right there just gives you more of an international feel too, right? Especially, you know, it sounds like you got a little bit of celebrity treatment too. So
oh yeah, man, it's
got to be dope.
It was super dope. You know what I'm saying? That took me from like that I love to do this, and this is what I love to do.
Yeah.
To like I can't do nothing else.
Okay.
Like I made sure when I came back that all my money made is off strategically businesses and the music.
So you made that pivot. So it's like, okay, forget all this over here. I'm going this direction.
Like I gotta go this direction. Like this gotta work, or I'm just gonna be living on these streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I went all in with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you have to do. Yeah,
it was scary.
I think a lot of artists they don't get over that fear.
Yeah.
You know, and they try it, but they always hold on to something that's familiar.
Yeah.
But you gotta take that leap. You know, if you're gonna do it, you gotta go all in. Which brings me, you mentioned the kids.
Right.
So I know you're all about the kids because I see you signing autographs and everything. So how did that come about? How did you get into like doing shows and going out to schools and stuff like that?
Right. So my manager, Lisa Martinez, shout out to Lisa. She used to manage a group called 15-5 here.
I remember them.
15-5, the Army.
I remember them. Yeah.
Like, well, I'm gonna say like
I don't remember her, but I remember them.
Yeah. So I don't want to mess it up. I know she worked with them. I don't know if she was their manager. But I know she did she set up stuff like school programs and stuff like that. So if you look at my early on career when she first became my manager, she was like formatting the same plays.
Okay.
You know, and we was winning the set.
She had her formula there.
Yeah, her formula. And that's so it looked like 15-5 was rolling us just high strung. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of stuff that I was doing. So they originally started the school program. Then for me and her, we started Strung on Knowledge, which is my school program, and then we just took it off. They used to kind of go and just do dances and perform for the kids.
Okay.
I'm going in kind of doing like the Nipsey approach, where I'm talking to the kids, I'm motivating them, I'm in the schools, and then I'm and then after that I might do like 2 or 3 freestyles, and I end with a motivational speech.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I take pictures and sign autographs for the kids. So you know what I mean? And then we just started that, and it kind of just took off. We did like maybe like 10 schools trying to hustle and bustle ourselves.
Yeah.
And then that's when like schools started calling us.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like, hey, because we had testing going up on the Northeast Side School District, 33%.
Okay.
Like the test.
Oh, wow.
And testing and the STAR test went up.
Yeah.
And they said it's because High Strung came to my school.
And that's gotta make you feel good.
And the teacher's always nervous because I go in there and keep it real. So like, look, I'm not gonna ask y'all, do y'all like school? Because nobody likes school. Let's be honest. And all the teachers be like, I'm like, nobody likes school. Nobody likes sitting in the class. Nobody really likes that. I'm like, but at the end of the day, this is what we call a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to play the background before I could be the forefront artist.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I had to be behind other artists. I had to, you know what I'm saying?
And the teachers know this. I don't know why they read that you play.
You know, they always afraid you're gonna say something crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta defy it a little bit because they enjoy it too.
Yeah.
You know, they want to see what you go. You know, it was one school we went to, and I love these schools, the Idea schools.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's one of the Idea schools, and one of the teachers was like, all right, the rule is the kids get rowdy sometimes, so you cannot go to the crowd of the kids. You got to stay within your realm.
Really?
It's like, oh, okay. As soon as it started, I went.
He was going.
I was dapping. You can see it on my thing. I'm dapping up all the stands. And she's just like, why would he do that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like that. That's the entertainment, and you want the kid. See, that gives the kids something to look at. It's like, oh man, this is a cool guy. I want to be like this. You know what I mean? And then that helps you. Their minds are open, so that helps you impart good knowledge to them.
And I feel like the kids can, you know what I'm saying? They can reach you.
Yeah.
You know, I never, like most kids that get to see a LeBron James, a Jordan,
they'll never see
or like Jay-Z or whoever like is famous.
Yeah.
They might be from the same place, but they never just seen them in the neighborhood. They never just been able to feel like they could touch him.
Yeah.
You know, with High Strung, these kids are going to be able to say, you know, no matter how big I get, like, man, he came to my school.
Yeah.
He dapped me up.
I dapped you for real.
I got a real autograph picture before homie was doing the Grammys. I got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's different for a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I really got that experience. That's a story he could tell now.
So is that the, you mentioned Grammy, so is that the goal or one of them?
That's absolutely the goal. You know, it's a goal it's been a goal forever since I started, but it's been, now it's different reasons why it's a goal. Before, I just wanted a Grammy to have everybody see it. Your boy got a Grammy.
Put it up on that shelf and be like,
right. But now it's just different. Before it was for everybody else. Now it's for me. Everything I do now is for me, even the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dropping a hip hop and R&B tape this summer called Neil's Room, because the artist I signed name is Neil.
Okay.
And a lot of the hits that I started in his room. Started from 2017.
Oh, that's what's up.
But you know what I'm saying? When I stepped into like the era of like kind of becoming Foot Planet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like in that legendary status.
Yeah.
Because all artists know this in San Antonio. And I tell people this all the time. And this is me being 100% honest. And any artist could tell you this.
Yeah.
You could put High Strung to the face. You feel what I'm saying? When we talk about legendary, you know what I'm saying? After you get to the obvious names, my name has to be in the conversation. I'm probably the most consecutive and consistent artist in San Antonio.
Okay.
I have dropped a project every year since 2010.
Oh, nice.
Only one project flopped, and my last album, the album before the last went gold on Spotify.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, again, you know what I mean? I don't know what conversations they having, but they know who High Strung is.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're putting the stats up. So, you know, you can't argue with that.
No, yeah. And I never I try to tell people, like, of course it comes up because when you're talking to rappers, it's always different, right?
Yeah.
It's a certain cockiness there. It's an ego you're playing with.
Yeah.
But I learned to like really, you know, harness with myself and play with other people's ego. Like I allow them to play with their own ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Even though some people tell me stuff I know that didn't happen, I'm like, oh yeah? That's what's up, man. I know you didn't do that.
Right, tell me more about it.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you talk about certain names in the city and the people that solidified, if it was any questions ever asked, the same stuff comes back. They'd be like, oh yeah, High Strung, hey, bro, he his foot in the game.
Yeah,
like, his foot is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but
well, let's kind of get back to kind of where you're from. You said you're from Killeen, right?
Killeen, yeah.
Because I know me and the homies used to go up there back in the day and go hang out.
City Lights.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had a good time up there sometimes. And unfortunately, you know, because Killeen is one of those
it's a different
those cities, those bases that you know, there's a lot of deployments going on. So, you know, you got families left behind and stuff like that. So it's a mix of different things. But yeah, we definitely had some fun up there. But are you saying you're born and raised Killeen?
No, so I'm born. I was born in Germany. I was born in Nuremberg, Germany.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I stayed in Germany from like basically from birth till 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
And when I 6th grade, I came back. I ended up moving to the worst place you can move, which is Fort Sill, Oklahoma. like shout out to Oklahoma because it was fun. We had a skating ring and a mall,
and that was not it, huh?
But that was it. It was
man, that's rough. That's got to be rough.
But then, that's when but Killeen, I say that's my home because it's the place I stayed the longest. I stayed there from 8th grade until all the way graduation.
Okay.
And then not only that, I got all my first experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that really know K-Town know it's a different city. And I can move different. You know what I'm saying? It's a very small city.
So you, if you were, you said from 8th grade, so you're like what, 13, somewhere around there? So your like teenage formative years were spent there. So that's, it makes sense.
But I learned everything that, like, you know what I'm saying, that you learn as a young kid. You know what I mean? Like, I was never I wouldn't say I was just a square, but I ain't know a lot coming from where I was coming from. You see what I'm saying? So I had a homie named Greg Jenkins at the time who pulled me in.
Okay.
The first day of school, I see somebody get jumped. Or not like a regular jump where it's just kids looking like jumped. Like
officially getting
stomped,
whooped.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And for me, that was a culture shock.
It's like, oh, where am I at?
I froze up on that, and the homie grabbed me, by the neck, because we you know, in the mornings before they let you in the building, we would play basketball.
Yeah.
For goals and stuff. And like, he was just like, yeah, bro, that ain't none of our business.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just jumping, dude. He like, yeah, that ain't none of our business. And he just kind of taught me how to move, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I learned about like gangs and just certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then as you get popular or start mixing with certain crowds, they want you to be down with stuff.
Yeah.
They want you, and it's like, they start really have a strong head on yourself about, about how you want to move and what you want to be.
Yeah.
And I know homies now that became Bloods and didn't even really want to be a Blood, but just felt like they didn't want to disappoint other homies. But that was me. I never cared about who I'm disappointing. I just wanted to be me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
you never got caught up in all of that stuff.
I mean, I did, but not like to the point where
you couldn't get away from
like whenever somebody was coming to look for somebody, it was never just me.
Okay.
And I made sure that. Like, I just didn't want like somebody coming looking straight for me. You know what I'm saying? When you was coming to look for me, you was looking for the group.
Gotcha.
You wasn't just like, I just want Strong. Like, it was like, I want them Glenside boys. Gotcha. So that could be any of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just never wanted to be the pinpoint target. I was a little bit too outside to be the pinpoint target.
But it makes sense as growing up, military family, especially like coming from Germany. I've never been to Germany, but I can assume there's some similarities that you're coming from Germany. And you said it was a culture shock because I kind of had something similar when my father moved off of base and we started living like in the city, like back in South Carolina.
Right.
One of the first schools, I think I was right around that same age. And I ended up going to, it was basically an all black school.
Right.
I had never seen that before. So, it's a shock.
In Germany, you don't really see Indian. Like, my first language, a lot of people don't know, was German.
Oh, wow. Okay. You still speak it fluently?
Nah, I know a little bit. I just been away for too long. I had, one of my best friends, he could only speak German, but he could write in English.
Oh, okay.
So he carried around his notepad and would write, all in it. Tell me where to communicate. Let's go to the gummy store, or let's go to, because you can bring $5 over there and you can get like a big bag of gummies.
Oh man,
$5 stretch a long way in Germany.
Yeah, you go
at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was shooters like now.
Yeah, the past year.
For sure. So we used to bring that. I used to go to the YS on post, the youth services, where all the kids go and get picked up, and I bring like this big bag of gummy. Everybody,
they love you. Oh, what's up, Strong brother? Like, I know why you here.
Yeah.
But that's what's up. Okay, so as you started moving here, you got all of you're releasing albums year after year after year.
Right.
Have you been performing outside? I know you get around, but what major cities have you been performing in?
Man, so I performed a little bit of everywhere. I performed at the A3C in Atlanta. I go to New York twice a year. I performed in New York. I've been on actually Shade 4-5 with Gray Rizzy and
Okay.
like Sway.
Okay.
And then you know what I'm saying? That's when my album went gold and they brought me out there. Man,
What's your most memorable one so far?
like interview or performance?
Just performance.
My most memorable one. I would say there's two. So the top two that's gonna be hard to beat is South Padre when we performed in front of 20,000 people.
Oh,
We rocked the crowd. We was the only ones performing that day. I think
Was that spring break or
spring break.
Okay.
Future was performing like not after us that day. Like we literally, like everybody that performed out there, they had to open for somebody. We didn't open for nobody.
Oh, this is you.
Performance for that day.
Okay.
And that was amazing already. And then that was the first time I looked at the crowd and said, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
This is it. This is it.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy, man, from the energy that we stepped on that stage, man. We didn't know what to expect. And people, there's footage where you could just see the whole crowd in the front just jumping. But 20,000 people paying attention, looking at what we're doing.
Yeah.
Also another day that I just never stopped taking pictures. I never got to enjoy the beach. I took a picture for like 5 hours. I was taking pictures.
Man.
Just walking through the beach. It was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The energy was just amazing, man. That was one of them. And when I went to Langston University, which is a Black university out in Oklahoma, I had a homie hit me up. I was actually working at the Fort Sam Army base. And the homie hit me up and was like, hey, bro, I'm the new student activities director over here at Langston.
Okay.
You know, we about to bring Future for the students. You know, if you want to open, if you can get down here, it was a 9-hour trip. So we rented a van. At the time, my friend that worked with me, he could DJ. I didn't have a DJ.
Okay.
So I told Josh, so we actually took the equipment we had equipment there because it was an after school program I worked at. We took the DJ equipment that we used for the DJ program.
Oh, man.
It got caught on camera and everything, but luckily my boss, she just passed away recently. Rest in peace to Katie.
Yep.
Katie was she was like a mom away from my mom.
Okay.
So I got away. I should have been fired from that job a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. But she always had like a thing for, like a place in her heart for me.
Okay.
So she would always be like,
I saw your vision, huh?
yeah, like I sat in her office like a principal. You know what I'm saying? Like she would just sit me down and be like, when you gonna grow up? Like when we stopping this? And I'd be like, man, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I mean, you know, it was an amazing thing. And I remember Future, I actually got it on video. Future had stopped my show. It's actually crazy because we went backstage. And ate on his chicken, drank on his liquor, thinking that it was our dressing room because they told us that we had a dressing room. But we didn't know that our dressing room was this linen closet shit, like this, which, you know, was a sports shit in there.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that it wasn't. We was like, oh, they did it nice for us. You know what I'm saying? They got the liquor out. We sipping on his shit. The DJ coming there like, what are y'all doing? And so, you know, Future was like, no, let them sip on it.
Oh, that's real.
Eat all this, you know what I'm saying? So
that's real. Yeah, it could have went a totally different way. You know what I mean?
And I did a song on stage and he loved it. And he came on stage and was like, hold on, stop the music. Like, he was like, this your song? You wrote this song? Like, yeah. And then he just kind of got on there. He was like, I'm gonna sing your hook in the Future way. And I want you to rap your bars a cappella. And we rocked the crowd like that. And like, yeah, from there, it started going crazy.
Man, that's beautiful. So like, were you able to like link up with him, like get number or whatever?
Yeah. I was able to do a couple more shows with him. You know what I'm saying? Actually, he was there that weekend in Padre in 2018.
Oh, okay.
I did. He was going.
Oh, but he wasn't on that day. Right?
He wasn't on that day. I actually just had missed him because he was like, I'm not getting into the next day, but we had to move around after that day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but still being able to contact him. Because at this time, this was, at 2018, he was already a feature we know now.
Yeah.
At the time that I opened, I think was 2015, 2014.
Okay.
So he was like I woke up in a new Bugatti for the same damn time Future. He wasn't like, you know, Drake collabing with Future.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it was, and then there's one more. There was a fraternity here at Trinity called Pikes. I met the president of the Pikes, and he built a show around my name, and 800 people. At this time, there was a club called Club Rio.
Yep.
It used to be off 281.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they packed it out. It was 1,200 people there all together. And if you type in High Strung Club Rio on YouTube, it'll bring up this video that'll show you how crazy that was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Nothing in the crowd, but just fraternities and sororities and
that's a different kind of crowd too, right there.
It was crazy.
Once you get them in there, especially drinking, ooh,
oh yeah. He had a time. I performed twice for them. There was that one, and I performed for them at the little mansion house that they got for the fraternity.
Okay.
And there's some unspoken things that happened in the house, but I had the time of my life. The time of my life.
You ain't got to tell me. Anybody that's been to a college or especially like an HBCU, yeah, we know what's up. Yeah, yeah. I'm a Prairie View graduate myself. So
okay.
I've seen some things. You know what I mean? And it was back when it was still like super party school. I mean, they had some new presidents come in and try to clean some stuff up, but yeah, it was off the chain. Yeah. So I get it. I know.
Prairie View ain't nothing to play with, boy. Let me tell you, I went back for y'all's homecomings.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause I got a friend that she went to that school too, and like, boy, let me tell you. You get lost in the sauce at the homecoming. And then they know when you're not from there too. They know when you ain't go to school there. They're just you still get some love depending on who you rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And you know, it's a kind of a small campus, so you know that it's been some time. So I'm sure they built some other stuff up. But you know, back then, yeah, you knew everybody that was on the campus, so you'd see it. So when somebody new come in, yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah, we gonna turn this motherfucker out right here, you know.
Yeah. We was with the Noops too, so.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy.
Already, shout out to the Noops right there.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Cam. He a Noop. Yeah,
good deal. So during your years of performing, do you have like a memorable like artist that you, other than Future, that you've worked with that you would like to work with?
Yeah, I worked with Big Sean too quite a bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I opened for Big Sean multiple times while he was here. I freestyled. I met him out here when he came. Shout out to my dog, Kevin McGee, you know, who's also blowing up as an artist right now in the local scene.
Okay.
Which is dope because I seen Kevin's growth. You know what I'm saying? I seen
from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, like I had a name already, and then Kevin was kind of just working on his music. Then he kind of blew up. Him and Yoda started doing music.
Okay.
And they blew up, and I thought that was dope. I mean, that's just dope to see one of your friends get his kind of just due. You know, he was the first one.
You've seen how hard they've been working, right?
Yeah. So, you know, and you never know what their path is or how it's going to go for them. You know what I'm saying? You root them on, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? And I remember he was like, yeah, this dude named Big Sean going to be here, bro. And at the time, we really didn't know who Big Sean was. We just knew he was signed by Kanye. Okay. But we didn't really like, you know what I mean? And he put me on his mixtape. My homeboy Devano at the time put me on his Finally Famous 3 mixtape, Volume 3. And I was like, man, this mixtape hard. Like, this dude different. Like, his flow is crazy. It's like, you know what I mean? I was relating to a lot of stuff he was spitting.
Yeah.
And then I remember I went to go see him, and Kevin, like, opened the gate for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was working, like, the security, like, the back gate. So you supposed to have tickets. Like, go through the front. And he like, hey, Strong.
Hey, come on through.
We like ran through the gate, and I ended up then questioned at the time. He's you know, legendary Question from.
Oh yeah.
Question picked me up by my Question, a big dude too. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He picked me up on my shirt and threw me on stage and was like, freestyle. That represent us. And you know what I'm saying? I got a chance to freestyle and represent and Big Sean got a chance to see that. And then when I seen him in Austin again, like I said, I was chilling with this young kid, Devano. He was like up on all the new guys, and he was excited, and he was like, man, that's Big Sean. He gonna be in Austin again. He's like, we should go. He should know who you are.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we went and we stood in line, and he got us out the line. And
nice.
In front of the line. Hey, what's up? He got my name wrong because he was like, High Strung, right? High String? I was like, it's High Strung. He was like, yeah, man. San Antonio, though. Like, yeah, he's like, what's up, man?
But he knew the face. He knew who you were. Yeah. So that's good.
So it was dope to, like, you know what I'm saying, get that recognition. And then just seeing him now, like, every now and then, to this day, I might get like a little message on IG or even a text message like, hey, bro, I hope everything good.
Oh, that's what's up.
Like, yeah.
That's real right there.
They seldomly talk, but he does reach out.
Yeah.
So it shows that, like, he got that respect.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and shout out to Question, too. It's been a long time since I've talked with him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm glad to know he's still doing some things, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've always liked Question just because he's always been one of the ones that never got in his own way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he always kind of showed love. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I mess with that. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those people that that even if you were to fall out with him, you will always have that type of love.
Yeah.
At one point in time, like that was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I haven't heard. I had him on my podcast as well. He was one of the first. I had him during season 1.
Okay.
That was the last time that I talked to him.
Okay.
But I know that it's always been love, and I'm always respect what he done for the city. You know what I'm saying? One of the first to ever get signed out of here to a major label.
Yep.
And you know, got a chance to really have text message. He told me on my podcast that he had real text messages with Nipsey Hussle, and they both were signed to Epic Records at around the same time. So
Okay.
that's legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like
real.
That's legendary. You can't take moments like that from people.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Nipsey Hussle, you'll never have that chance again. You know what I mean? So
that's why I was excited, because there was a connection through me and Nipsey. I never got a chance to meet him before his passing, but his DJ VIP, I work with him now. And like he's actually trying to get some of my singles right now.
Okay.
He reached out to me on IG and said, "I love your music."
Oh, nice.
And he seen what I did with the schools as well. He was like, "Nipple to loves you."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And just hearing that from somebody who was so close to him,
yeah,
you know, that's like almost like him saying it. And
now, are you, as far as like the schools and the kids and stuff, what's the future for that? It's just continuing on, or are you going to be building?
So I'm done with music. That's kind of what I want to do for the rest of my career.
Okay,
I want to go around. I want to, you know, solidify my Grammy. And if I win a Grammy, anything I do after that is a plus. If I continue to do music at all,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I just love music right now. It's the until I don't love it, I'm not gonna do it. No, I always do it. You know what I'm saying?
Any aspirations for any entertainment beyond the music, like acting or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you know that's kind of the route that a lot of them take, right? You know, you get the music out there, and then
that's always that's always, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's always been a thing. But if you look at all my videos, so I implement acting in my video.
Oh, okay.
So there's always a scene.
Ah, okay.
You know, and that's why some people don't really like to sit and you got to sit down and watch a video.
Okay.
Because it's always going to be like 5 to 7 minutes long, because it's a scene. It's a movie scene.
Oh, you're doing a production.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I missed the Michael Jackson days and all that.
I was just about to say that.
I feel like you got your watch's worth or your money. Like, I mean, I don't know if you spend money to watch videos, but you got what you felt satisfied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you watched the Michael Jackson,
you were entertained. It wasn't just you weren't just listening to music. You were watching a movie, basically a short movie.
And that's what I miss. Everything is too short now. You know, songs are like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Videos don't even make sense no more. You know,
they really don't.
You writing a song talking about I'm trying to smash these hoes, but the video is like you in space. Like, where are you, intergalactic hoes? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I still like videos that make sense. Like, when I wrote Grandma's Cooking, I actually had my parents throw a barbecue at my crib to give.
Oh, that's what's up. You set the scene, basically.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I never got in it. I never, got in this to be hot. Like, whatever I'm doing is hot. That's dope. I'm glad people think it's hot, but I got in this to make timeless music. Like, you could listen to a song like Fact Check 'Em or Grandma's Cooking 20 years from now, and it'll still make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, my music is to last forever.
Yeah, you want to be like we are today when we hear like old school music.
Like pop.
We're just all in it. We know it, and it's still relevant, like you said. So yeah,
that's what I'm in for. Yeah.
So just you brought it up. So music today. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on what's going on as far as the rap R&B scene and everything else?
I mean, I learned to accept a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I would never say I just wouldn't collab with somebody. Of course, it got to make sense.
Yeah.
If I'm, you know what I mean, what we doing, but I just think that you have to. I don't like everything like anybody else. Mm. I think 85% of it I hate. You know what I'm saying? I think I rap better than. I think I'm too talented for what's going on right now. And that's just me being honest, right? And it's like, and I'm not saying like they can, like, oh, nobody can match my talent. I'm saying it in the sense of like, you know what I mean? I put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now I could write a song called Gray Octagons, right? Mm. Gray Octagons. We on fire, call me sire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Gray Octagon. Like, and people gonna vibe with that. I just looked at gray octagons on your wall. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But niggas is gonna gravitate toward that just because it's them require much thinking, right?
Yeah.
I found a way to find a medium to where like you don't have to think as much, but it's still something you could feel.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
try to use old school samples. Like this new mixtape I'm dropping, it's got like a Teddy Pendergrass sample.
Oh, nice.
It's got a Mariah Carey Always Be My Baby sample. It's got that Smiles the South Star sample that early 2000 songs. Tell me what you think about me.
Yeah.
It's got like all that stuff that make you remember
Okay.
at time, but also that new school flavor to it and a new flow.
Okay.
So
okay.
I learned to find my niche. Kind of what Bruno Mars is doing with singing, I'm doing it with rap.
Okay.
Like Bruno Mars, he got that old school feeling,
Yep.
but it's that new school flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's the direction, or that's the package you want to put together, basically.
right. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at it as cooking, right?
Yeah.
Pork chops have been around forever, right? But this is new season. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seasoning is different.
Yeah.
You might put a new seasoning on your grill.
Yeah.
I ain't never had pork chops like this. You have, but you ain't never had the seasoning.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So that's how I look at it.
That makes sense. That's a good analogy right there. I like that.
For sure.
Definitely. All right. So what's
But
the?
hip hop today, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I got off a subject, but hip hop today, though, man, it definitely needs to get back to the effort. You know, I'm really not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it's been a long time since I actually got up in the morning and said I'm gonna turn on the radio. You know, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, I just don't.
man, I play this. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what's but think about it. What songs do you feel today like is like, you know, songs used to be legendary.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about pop, when you think about like you know, some of the songs that he wrote Big too, like
Yeah.
some of the songs Big wrote, like, you know what I'm saying? The things that they did 35 years later is still high, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have songs like that right now. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And that's the gap I'm trying to fit into. Like, what songs do we have? Like, nobody remembers. We're so accessible to music.
Yeah.
We have so much music. As soon as you drop a hit today, somebody already working on a hit for tomorrow.
Yep.
They gonna remember your stuff for about a week. And then
And move on. Yep.
so now it's trying to figure out that glue that's gonna keep people glued. That's like, oh man, you know,
And I don't see any or hear any music out there right now, as far as what's mainstream or anything, that anybody's going to be sampling from 20 years from now. You know what I mean?
right,
They're not going to be like, oh, I need to put that in my track.
right,
You know, it's like, well, you know, I don't know if that's going to go for it, but
right.
it's kind of interesting to kind of think about where music is going to go over the next 10, 15, 20
It's
years.
scary too, though.
It is. You know,
But I also think there's a plus side to it. Like, there isn't a better time to do music no matter your age. See, hip hop is the only genre that tries to limit our age, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Try to, you know, but
they try to age you out of it, right?
you know, Aerosmith is like 196 years old, and his
Yep.
dude is still on tour.
Yep.
They don't say nothing to him. They don't say nothing to Tim McGraw if he go on tour.
Nope.
They'll say something to, like, you know, they talk about Snoop. They talk about, you know, this. They talk about, but like at the end of the day, it's like, listen, bro, as long as I can keep doing this, and as long as somebody gonna feel it,
And the fans
and
still
it's,
keep coming.
as long as you relevant to your, like, if you 40 and you talk about, like, you know, popping somebody in the club, and
yeah.
okay, bro, why was you in the
Nope.
club though? You know, I'm not saying you're not supposed to be 40 in the club either, but I'm just saying that, like, what?
And what kind of situation would put you in a club,
Yeah.
you know, with a piece on? You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, what were you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes me think, like, what do you got going? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, you know, even Big changed, and he was only 24, but after he, you know, dealt with the beef and Pac died, he started to change his music, and that's where we get those records like he had with 112, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And all those different type of records for me,
Yeah.
because he was growing.
Yeah.
He's becoming a different man. I think artists are afraid to be different for what was already working for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how you block your blessings, when you don't go with what's working. You know what I'm saying? You got to go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just say, okay, I'm a different man. I want to talk about this now. Don't be afraid to talk about that because nobody else is talking about it.
Well, it comes down to you got to be true to yourself and your
Yes.
own art. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know, because a lot of artists will run into that wall trying to be like somebody else or sound like somebody else,
Right.
or they're trying to follow the path. It's good for some people, you know, if they're just all they do is perform and they're not really writing or anything like that, and they just want to be a performer.
Right.
That's fine. You know, go do your thing. But if you're a true artist and you're writing and composing and things like that, you got to take your own path.
Right. Now you have to, and you will be proud, and you will appreciate yourself more.
Yeah.
As you do it. You know, the music that I'm making right now, I don't feel like nobody's dropping an R&B tape right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they do, like, Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody, unless you're an R&B singer or something like that, but like nobody's really still even thinking about a mixtape. Like one thing I've been fortunate with, my fans and supporters truly download my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get a check every month from Spotify.
That's what's that
comes consecutive.
Well, it sounds like you've put in the work to have your fans with you. So
no, absolutely. So I just had a concert February 2nd. I do a concert every time I drop a project. I do a concert, and my last album, Rose from the Concrete, I did at the Garden. Which now they use for day parties.
Yeah.
Because after I used it, they started using it for day parties.
Oh, really?
So now, but it was dope because I had 400 people come out.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? We sold it out, and I sold those tickets by hand. There was no internet.
Oh, that's work right there.
It's just a flyer. It was a video to promote it.
Yeah.
And everything else was by hand. I was just pulling up the spots, telling people, "Hey, I'm gonna be at Bentley's tonight," or "Hey, I'm gonna be here tonight. Come get your tickets." And who was literally pulling up, you know, like, "Hey, I'm outside. I'm in pajamas though. Can you give me my ticket?" Or hey, or people was getting dressed just to come get the ticket and smoke a little bit or drink a little bit. And you know what I'm saying? And
well, that's got to feel good too. Where you know you got people. You know, you've gotten to that point where you can say something and say, "Hey, I'm going to be here," and people will actually put in the work to come see you and pick up the ticket.
Best feeling in the world, man. It's such a dope feeling. And then even like I got a chance to meet new people because I was telling people, "Hey, man, I got a hip hop concert. I don't know if you guys like hip hop, but if you do, listen. I mean, you may not know the music, but I'm telling you right now, you won't regret this."
Yeah.
And I even like offered to extend some people that was coming in from the military, like, "Hey, check it out. How long you here?" "Oh, I'm here till February, 6th. Okay, cool. This is February 2nd. You don't like the show? I'll return your money by the time the end of the show."
Oh, that's a
right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't lose.
Well, I mean, you give them that confidence, like, okay, he's telling the truth. He feels like he's telling the truth. If he's talking about giving me my money back, I might take that risk.
And it was perfect too because my birthday's February 1st.
Oh, so okay.
The concert was like basically my party.
Yeah.
So to have 400 people at your party was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing better than that right there.
Yeah. Nah, it was
and then vibing to your music. You know what I mean?
Beautiful thing, man. Seeing my parents out there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad had my T-shirt on with his suit jacket. My mom was helping with the hookah because that's the day I launched my hookah business.
Okay.
And we did our own hookah that night. She was stressed as hell with it. You know what I'm saying? But mom gonna be mom. She gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying? But just seeing, it's a special thing when they come because they see how far I come. They know the real struggles. You know what I'm saying? They was there for the Def Jam thing. They was there when I was writing music for other people. They was, there was, I was blessed to have good parents, especially for the situations that I've been in.
Now, do you know, like your family? Is it just you and your parents, or you got siblings?
So I'm the only child.
Okay.
So my parents, now they did pretty much adopt my best friend CJ.
Okay.
Which is he's actually, I call him my brother. He's actually in Africa right now, or Kuwait. Excuse me, Kuwait.
Oh, okay.
He does contracting.
Oh, wow. Okay. He making the big money out there.
Yeah. So he doing this thing. He ain't came back. So I know he making good money. He ain't came back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen my mans in probably years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud. And my parents took him in, and they, he's also the reason why I maneuver around San Antonio like I did. I came here with no fear because me and CJ always been like, when you go to war, you pick a war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if a lot of people know that don't know military, but military, you tend to link up with somebody and y'all war buddies. And though y'all with the whole platoon, your war buddy is the dude you fighting for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you like, I don't know what's going on, but we trying to make it back home. And that's when y'all start discussing stuff like, we both got families. Y'all know each other kid names. Like, so you gonna make it back to Shari? I'm gonna make it back to Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, y'all boost each other up to get out there every day. And that's what me and him was for each other.
Okay.
When I came to San Antonio, I had no fear. Like I said, I was, and Avar could tell you this story. Shout out to Avar. He could tell you this story. Like, this is what we talked about earlier, where like I was literally on the east side in front of Proper Cuts, right off of New Braunfels.
Proper Cuts. Yeah.
Proper Cuts at the time. Shout out to my dog Addison and Hush. They used to cut here and there. And bro, I was literally across the street, and there was like maybe like I want to say 20-something dudes trying to check me on checking in.
Yeah.
And I was just, but there was it was like, I'm not checking in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. Like, I'm just here to shoot a video, whatever. And Avar was the one that stood up, went across the street, talked to them, And then he started 210 Artist Day that next day. He was actually out to try to promote 210 Artist Day.
Oh, okay.
210 Artist Day. And so he stopped by the shoot, dropped off some posters, but ended up being in the video. You could see him in that video. He got small dreads, and his dreads were like this big at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those starter dreads going in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's when he was acting real dark skinned with his, you know what I'm saying? With his eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah. But yeah, man, nah, it was just love. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of solidified me on the east side.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so
But that says a lot too, because how long ago was that? When
that was literally 2010.
2010? Okay, yeah. It was, yeah, it's always been pretty heated out that direction. So
Nah, yeah, for sure. And I've experienced a lot of stuff like,
and to have someone be there and sponsor you like that, that's
nah, that was love. Because
yeah,
he didn't know me for anything at that time.
okay. So yeah,
To respect my music and who I was at that time,
yeah,
the way that he did, it just shows. And I'm gonna always tell that story and always show that love, because people don't understand certain things mean a lot to you, bro.
yeah,
You know, and that's been my brother since then. You know, I've had a lot of friends in this music thing that fell out.
yeah,
Like we ended up beefing,
yeah,
or something happened, or you know, because there's jealousy, envy. There's a lot of stuff that comes into play.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you kind of around the military, you don't really get those feelings like
That's
jealousy and envy, because we don't have our mind. The frame don't work like that.
Yeah, and there's no real deep attachments, you know.
Nah, yeah, we get more motivated.
Yeah,
Like he got a phantom.
yeah,
Like I need a phantom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's more so how we think. We're not really thinking like, oh, dude got the chain. You know what I mean? Like, or we don't really get jealous. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like to see that side of him was dope too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it was love, man. It was love.
Good deal. Well, you got I know you got some projects coming out. You got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, man. So I got a brand new project getting ready to come out called Neil's Room. It's gonna be dope. It's nothing but hip hop and R&B. It gives you that same feeling that like Ja Rule would give you when he would do a song with a female. It gives you that same feeling like
Okay.
50 Cent 21 Questions. It gives you that. It give you that summer vibe feeling.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to ride with the top down, listening to some R&B.
That's what we need right now, man.
Saying. So I'm getting ready to drop that. Also, me and my artists, we had the mixtape of the summer. I don't care what nobody say. We had the mixtape of the summer in 2018. It was called Fly Zone Volume 1. It was to introduce my artist, Neil, because everybody knew I had an artist but didn't know who he was.
Okay.
So that was to introduce him. He was on the cover with me. And we getting ready to finally drop Volume 2 because we did so good in Volume 1 that they played it on radio. Shout out to Corey Mack. He played it on the radio. Shout out to Ham. He played it on 98.5 as well. You know what I'm saying? And it just took off. So now we finally about to drop Volume 2 after all these years, because people thought we was going to drop like another one. But I have been so busy with my own personal projects. And our artist is actually getting ready to drop his first album called No Options Left.
Okay.
On the label. He never dropped the album on the label, and I signed him since 2017.
What's the label name again?
Fly Zone.
Fly Zone. Okay.
Fly Zone, yeah. And it been make sure I get it right. Fly in your own zone. It means that no matter what you do in life or who you choose to be in life, as long as you know you fly, it's all that matters.
Man, that's a hell of a motto right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Those are the projects I'm getting ready to drop.
Well, High Strung, I appreciate you coming by. I'm glad we linked up. Formally meeting you. I've seen you online and everything. So
Absolutely.
I mean, I like what I see. And like I said, you can kind of tell certain people that either aren't from here or they think a little different.
Right.
So, and I appreciate talking to people like that. So
No, I appreciate you, man. I just want to say this. I want to give you your flowers too, man. That's why I reached out, because this is a platform I think the city needs.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate
rarely
that.
ever say that about even having a podcast myself.
Yeah.
But your platform is dope. I think a lot of interviews that you've done, I think it's a fair platform. I think it's you know what I mean? You do it the right way, bro.
Yeah,
You need to be saluted for that.
there's no favoritisms here. I mean, I'll talk to anybody. You know what I mean?
Nah, and that's dope. Like, but I'm just saying the way that you're doing it for the city,
Yeah.
this is what the city need to see.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Definitely.
Absolutely.
That's the word I'm trying to get out there. So I appreciate that. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's High Strung, everybody. Everybody go and check him out. And you kind of already know what he's doing. So, he's going to drop that new album for you. Everybody pick it up.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely going to get one. So that's what's up.
That. Yes,
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
Peace out, everybody.